Hey guys, welcome back. Halloween is in like a week, pretty much exactly from today. And so I figured I would do a Halloween video. I'm gonna try a little bit of Halloween makeup. I am going to clarify that this is not a tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm literally just trying stuff. So it should be fun. I have a couple things that I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna do it all in like one look. So hopefully you enjoy it. I have only done one other makeup video and it was just like my regular makeup. So we'll see how this goes because I don't normally do makeup like this. I've only done stuff like this a couple times and I enjoyed it, but once again, I don't have a lot of experience. So we'll see how this goes. So to get started, I got my hair out of my face and I put on some moisturizer already. But I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna try. I found these on Pinterest. So I'm gonna try and do this like spider eye, and I want it to look 3D, so I have to do the shadows, which I feel like is where I'm gonna struggle. Honestly, I might struggle with the whole thing, who knows? And then I also want to try, not this whole thing, I wanna try the teeth and like the cheekbone, I think, on one side. Like I think my plan is I'm gonna try and do the teeth across the whole thing, do the cheekbone on this side and do the spider over here. Just because I want to play around with stuff. I'm not saying that this is like a character or anything. I literally just want to try it. So we're going to do that. But first I'm going to start with like my base and everything. So just like plain foundation. I take that back. I'm actually going to start with eyeliner. I'm going to do like my waterline, just like outline my eye. Because I like to do this first because if I mess it up, it won't mess up my foundation, which is really great for this makeup look, saying that I might mess up my eyeliner. But I'm gonna do the eyeliner first. And this seems, I need to like focus when I do this, so. Eyeliner is on. It's crazy to me how much just that does. Like, it's so crazy to me. Okay. Now I'm gonna do primer real quick. I know this isn't a tutorial, but this is what I normally use. Yeah, I haven't noticed anything bad with it. I just don't really have anything to compare it to also. Now, I normally do 2 rounds of concealer because I like to do one before my foundation and after my foundation. I already did foundation today though, like for class. So I'm just gonna put it here because obviously because of that. And then I'll do foundation and then I'll do the full concealer again because like I said, I technically still have some on even though I'm positive it has worn off by now, but I don't really care. I already got this wet and I'm just gonna blend that in. For foundation, I use Charlotte Tilbury. All of my makeup needs cleaned, so don't judge it. It all needs cleaned so bad. I feel like 3 of my products have like gotten all over everything, so it's great. What I thought would be really fun would be to do a makeup look where you have to put like basically the face paint on. However, I don't have face paint and I didn't know where to go to get some, and I also didn't feel like going to get some because I'm not gonna be like using it for an actual Halloween costume. So I'm just doing something that I didn't need that much for because I didn't want to cover my whole face in eyeshadow and then get stained because I do have a class tomorrow and don't want to go in with a stained face. So I'm just doing my regular like base stuff and then we'll add the skeleton makeup. I feel like a lot of the skeleton makeup, they normally have like a pretty light base, like it's pretty, like they have a lot of white and it's like very washed out. However, my foundation, honestly, right now it matches a lot better because it's starting to get colder. In the summer though, it did make me look so pale, and I am a pale person, but my foundation was like extra light and I don't know. It matched a little better now. Plus, if I put less, I can blend it with my actual like, so it's like not as thick and then you can see my actual skin color instead of just the foundation on top. My foundation is on. Now I'm gonna go in with my second round of concealer. So this is when I put it like under my eyes. And then I don't really know what's going on, but my chin has been like extra bad, like right here. And I don't really know what that's about. So I'm Gonna put some there too. Basically just under my eyes and then any red spots. I will say my concealer is almost gone, so I'm using kind of the remnants of that. So it's not as full coverage as it normally is because, like I said, it's almost gone. I also didn't say I used the Tarte Shape Tape, but now I'm going to do powder, which is Charlotte Tilbury. And I really am not going to use too much because this honestly is to help with it not being so glowy. Or like, I guess glowy is not the right word. I want it to be glowy. Oily. So I'm only going to put a little bit of this because I'm going to be taking this off after. But I make sure to get under my eyes, my chin, and then like my forehead, but like specifically right in between my eyebrows. Because that's where it gets oily. Like one, I have oily skin, but also like naturally that's where it gets oily for most people, I believe. Now I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer. This is Charlotte Tilbury. This is also running out, so bear with me. This is what I got, not that much, but I'm gonna make it work. It's also not gonna be too much of an issue because there's gonna be makeup, like the Halloween makeup there. I normally do blush after this. However, I'm not gonna do that for this look because I just don't think it matches, especially because the blush I use is Rare Beauty and it's like super pink. So I'm not gonna be using that. Bronzer is on. Skipping blush, but I am still going to do a highlighter. I love highlighter. It's my favorite makeup product ever. Rare Beauty, except my mascara got all over it. I don't even know how. I don't know how that happened, but it did. I'm basically running out of a lot of my makeup though, because I need more mascara too. And I honestly feel like maybe, hold on, let me show you the lid. It's like not closed all the way. And that's because it's like running out and like it's crusty now. So maybe that's how it got all over everything. That would be a good guess. But I normally just blend out highlighter with my finger because I feel like using a brush for liquid highlighter like is unnecessary. After this though, I go in with powder highlighter. And that one I do use a brush. Mainly because I think I put it just on my Cupid's bow and on my nose, and I just feel like it gets better there with the brush. So that's what I do. Now in the makeup is where I would do my eyes and basically add like lipstick. But I'm just gonna do eyebrows. I normally do eyebrows, but not too much. So I'm gonna try and maybe do a little bit more, like put more effort into my eyebrows this time, because I normally don't. But I don't get anything done with my eyebrows. Like I've never had them waxed or anything. So they don't have like a super defined shape. They aren't bad, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just gonna try and fill them in a little bit because I feel like that will also match the look a little bit more. I feel like this one looks really good actually. It honestly looks better on camera than in person. I also need to like pluck them low-key, but I just don't really care that much. This one, actually, I'm impressed with that. It looks pretty good. So they're filled in. My eyebrows are pretty different shapes. This one's a little flatter and this one's a bit more arched. Which is weird because I feel like in person, I don't know. They're like the same but different, if that makes sense. So I also have this that I'm gonna use that I just kind of put on like the inside. Is that the inside? Yeah, the inside. This is also almost running out, but I've had this for a very long time, so that makes sense. And then lastly, I have this eyebrow gel, but it's like tinted. The whole label came off. It's Benefit though. It's what all of this stuff is Benefit. And this will basically, it'll give them a little bit more color, but it'll also keep them in place, which is nice. Now that I am done with my base, that brings us to the actual Halloween aspect of things. I'm gonna start with the spider eye. And one of the first things that I noticed is that it's just black eyeshadow. Like that's literally it. There's nothing too crazy, like there's no blending. It's literally just black eyeshadow. They do have some under the eye though, and I'm nervous for that because it always looks bad on me. But I'm hoping that the final product, it'll make a little more sense and it won't look as bad. I'm just using black eyeshadow, like I said. But I'm just using kind of all of my brushes that I haven't used in forever because I don't want to get this makeup all over my everyday brushes. So we're working with like very random brushes. There's more than that, but we're working with very random ones. And we're also working with ones that haven't been cleaned in a second, so they might have other colors on them. It's also part of the reason I haven't used them is because I need to clean them, but it's okay. I'm hoping that since I'm using mostly black, that'll overpower anything else that is on the brushes. I'm nervous for this because fallout can be bad, especially with black. Okay. I think you can tell there was like some type of like reddish pink on this before. Or maybe that's just, I don't know. I don't know, I'm gonna stop looking too hard. I feel like this is not wanting to blend like at all. Like it's not spreading out, it's like going on and then just sticking right where I put the brush. Like it's not spreading, but it's okay. Okay, so as you can see, it got like all over my nose. So I'm gonna go clean that up real quick. So after playing around with it and taking some of it off, I think I have the top how I want it to be. We're also not gonna close my eye because it always rubs off like that. Literally all the time. It does not matter what I do. This was completely black and it always rubs off from like the way my eye folds, I guess. So I'll add a little bit more, but after that, oh yeah, I switched to this brush, which also helped the issue a little bit. We saw how that went. Now we're gonna try and put a little bit under my eye. I'm scared for that. I'm trying to get as close to my waterline as I can because I don't want this to be a disaster. I also didn't dip this in any more eyeshadow. I just used what was on it already. Wait, oh, it kind of worked, like, good. Okay, I'm just gonna be done. We're done with the black eyeshadow. I might end up doing more on this side once I see what the whole face looks like. We'll see, Because once again, don't know if I wanna do that again. So now is the scary part. I have to draw the legs and then I'm gonna do the shadow. And I wish I had white eyeliner because that would be really good to make the legs like shiny. However, I don't. So I might just try and use some highlighter. Oh, wait. I do have this. This might be able to work. I don't know. We'll see. That makes me scared. So I have my eyeliner. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know. I think I stole it from my grandma. So here goes nothing. So first I'm gonna do this small one and it just goes to about here and then it goes around. Oh my gosh, this could either go really well or really bad. I would also like to preface this by saying I'm pretty decent at art. I actually painted that, there's a video of it. I painted a lot of the stuff on my back wall. Not that one's way too good to be mine. And that's a print and that's a picture. But this, I painted this and I painted that and that and that and that. And I'm honestly not too bad at it. I've done realistic drawings too. However, when it comes to eyeliner and just like doing stuff on my face, I suck at it. Like I'm so bad. So we'll see how this goes. Time lapse starts now. Okay guys, wait, why did the first one kind of eat? Hopefully that's what the rest will look like. Close up. Looks better with my eyes open, so I'm just gonna leave my eye open. Okay, this leg, I feel like it got a little thick. I might go in and touch it up after the fact. But overall, this is still going a lot better than I expected it to. I honestly don't hate it. The line work obviously could be better, but like I'm not very advanced at this. I am gonna try and clean up this one a little bit because it's the only one I don't like, so I'll be back. All I did was take a little bit off the top and it honestly took me like 2 seconds. I hope Okay, I was gonna say, I hope I don't regret adding just a little bit more. I also took a little bit off the edge right here. I will say going through my eyebrow was very difficult, but I got it. And honestly, it kind of looks better on camera, so the camera's doing me justice. Overall though, 8 down. So now, I get to go in and do the shadow. I think I'm gonna try to use like a dark brown color for that and a very tiny controlled brush, something like this. Okay, now we're gonna go do the shadow, which is basically just drawing a line from the point of this to the base of it, while kind of mimicking the shape of this still. So let's roll the next time lapse. Shadow's done. Honestly, kind of ate down with it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, come on. That looks good. Okay. Call me a makeup artist. That's all I can say. Yeah, I'm basically done with the spider. I'm gonna still try and do the white. I do have an idea for that also. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and put like a little bit of gloss on it and then dab a little bit of white eyeshadow in the gloss. Hopefully I don't mess it up. That kind of worked. Oh my gosh, you can see it. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do that on all of them. Okay, I added the shine. It honestly worked pretty well. I feel like it's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but it is there. So, guys, I'm so proud of that. Like, actually, a lot. Now I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and put mascara on that eye. I already put mascara on today, so that was just like stuck to my eyelashes, but it's okay. Oh, guys, that actually looks sick. Like, I did that, by the way. Okay, now we're gonna try and do the skull makeup. Now that I'm seeing how far down this is, I might only do it on this side, just for fun. This one is more so eyeshadow, I think, than less eyeliner to do the like teeth shape. And I will say teeth are probably my least favorite thing to draw, so we'll see how this goes. First, I'm just gonna go in with white eyeshadow and do it pretty thickly over here so that you can see it, obviously. This white part is going to take forever, so I will just come back once I have that done. Okay, I have the white done. I'm gonna do just a little bit over here. And then I have a lot over here. It was really hard to go over my lips because one, they're really dry. Two, they're also just like a little darker than like the rest of my skin. So like that made some challenges, but I think once I put the black eyeshadow on, it'll cover up the parts that I couldn't get nicely. So yeah, this is like really odd. Like, it's like, what's it called? An optical illusion? I don't know. It just like looks so weird to me. Like, I've never done this before. I love Halloween though, so watch for next week's video so you can see what I'm being, because it's really fun. I have 3 separate costumes. And then for the sake of the video, I might throw in a few more that are like easy to do at home, even though I'm posting it on Halloween, so I don't know how helpful that'll be, but you should stay tuned for that. I'm going to go in with, this is the same brush I did the shadow on for this, and I'm just gonna try and do like the teeth shape, I think, which is gonna be really difficult, but we'll see how it goes. This doesn't look too awful, okay. That's the extent of that. I'm gonna kind of blend it out on the bottom a little bit because at the top, I'm gonna try and do the fake cheekbone kind of thing going on. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more white, like kind of go in and define that a little bit more, and then I'm gonna be done with it. This is not as good as the spider, I will say, but I also didn't expect it to be because, like I said, I'm awful at drawing teeth on paper, so figured it would be pretty difficult to put them on myself. I do think once I add the cheekbone though, it'll be more apparent like what it is, and it'll add a little bit to the whole entire look. I'm just gonna leave it how it is. Feels so spooky. Hold on, I am gonna put a little bit more black eyeshadow under my lip and like kind of blend it out. Now I'm gonna do this part. So I'm literally just going to outline it so it's like kind of here. Then it goes out, and then it comes down like that. Oh my gosh, guys, that's so terrifying. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. I did clip my hair back right there. And I also didn't go super close to my face because I don't wanna have to wash my hair. There we go. I'll just do that. Also, don't look at this. The blending down there got a little wacky. So we're just gonna act like that's not there. Anyway, I'm happy with this. I think I'm just gonna put on some mascara on the side and then I will be done. And there is my Halloween makeup. Honestly, this turned out like way better than I thought it was going to, so that's really exciting. It's still like so bizarre to see it on camera. I like don't even want to take it off. Like I like it too much, especially the spider. I'm really proud of the spider, guys. Anyway, maybe I should do something for Halloween where I have to do that. Maybe if I like have another Halloween function to go to, but I don't have a costume, I'll just do this. People say, what are you? I'll say, I'm a spider. So, yeah. And that was the video this week. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you want more videos like this, because this one was kind of different. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok so you can see what I'm being for Halloween and for more content. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.